So, by now, most of you, if not all of you, are aware that Julian Assange was arrested and dragged and assaulted outside of the Ecuadorian embassy in Great Britain. Julian Assange is or at least was, the editor-in-chief and the founder of Wikileaks. Now, there are a lot of rumors speculating as to why he was taken. The official narrative is that the administration that many of us just a few months ago said put out sealed indictments on Julian Assange, and the information slipped out. It was never supposed to be released. And then Chelsea Manning was arrested and also said it was about WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. This administration is now trying to allege that Julian Assange conspired, allegedly, with Chelsea Manning in order to hack a DoD system. Yeah, that's a really convenient story. And the max punishment for this, by the way, is 5 years. It's a 5-year punishment. They're using infinite amounts of resources. They're trying to extradite someone. They called a grand jury. They held Chelsea Manning in contempt of court, despite the fact that if she was forced to answer questions that she has already answered about WikiLeaks, it would place her in double jeopardy. Because it could then allow her to, quote unquote, re-incriminate herself. These people are sociopaths. Nobody but, if you believe that, I don't, look, it's the Trump administration, right? I mean, this is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has said on a number of occasions that he really likes WikiLeaks. And he appreciates what they did for him. I mean, he cited WikiLeaks during the debates against Hillary Clinton. He's tweeted over and over again about WikiLeaks. This QAnon has been telling Trumpers, hey, guys, don't worry. Those indictments, those are just to get him out of the consulate so Trump can set him free. Because when you're getting dragged out of a consulate, that's exactly how it looks when you're about to be set free. But this clip takes the cake. Look at Donald Trump's response to Julian Assange's arrest.
Mr. President, do you still love WikiLeaks?
I know nothing about WikiLeaks. It's not my thing. And I know there is something having to do with Julian Assange. I've been seeing what's happened with Assange, and that will be a determination, I would imagine, mostly by the Attorney General, who's doing an excellent job. So he'll be making a determination. I know nothing really about him. It's not my deal in life.
What would you like to see happen? What punishment?
I don't really have any opinion. I know the Attorney General will be involved in that, and he'll make a decision. Okay?
Bruh. Wow. I don't know what else to tell you. What else do you need to see? I mean, to be honest with you, there are not a lot of Trump supporters, who don't really give a damn about any of this stuff. They talk about Julian Assange and WikiLeaks because they see WikiLeaks and Julian Assange as a means to an end that they want, which is an authoritarian fascist in office. But for those of you who thought that this man was supposed to be something different, who have been holding on to hope that maybe him telling the Pentagon that they couldn't relinquish the information on how many troops are now deployed to Syria, maybe that wasn't a big deal. Maybe it's a part of some grand plan. Maybe him enabling Saudi Arabia to completely obliterate Yemen is part of a grand plan. Maybe his almost erotic relationship with Bibi Netanyahu is somehow part of this great plan. Him giving Golan Heights is part of some great plan. Has, nothing to do with Genie Energy and his administration being, and the president of Genie Energy being one of his chief strategists. Has nothing to do with that. It's all part of some great plan. This is it. I don't know what else to show you at this point. Luckily and thankfully, I understand that the internet does not necessarily represent every person who voted for Trump. A lot of people voted in protest against Hillary. A lot of people voted for him just to see the system crumble, which I can't really blame them. They thought that was what would happen. But none of that holds true anymore. And I need you all to understand this. At this very moment, the only difference between Trump and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama is that Trump waits at least about a year and a half or 2 years before he jumps into a war. Hillary would have did it a little bit quicker and came up with a much worse excuse, if she even decided that we were worthy of an excuse at all. He is not your ally. He isn't. Some of you may think, well, this is probably part of some grand scheme. No. People, I need you to think about this for me. Do you know who John Bolton is? Do you know who Mad Dog Mattis is? Do you know? This is a genuine question. If you don't know, the long and short of it is, these two people are some of the are a couple of several people who were exposed when Chelsea Manning and WikiLeaks released those documents. This cabal that you are supposedly here to fight against, this swamp that you supposedly want to drain, these people are the swamp monsters that Trump was supposedly elected to kick out. They are the deep state. They are the manufacturers of the Iraq War, of the war in Afghanistan. They are the, listen. You got to wake up, people. And this is legitimate appeal to your logic and morality. I know a lot of you think that you are doing the right thing. But it's not. And it's okay. I have a lot of pride too. Seriously, I have a lot of pride too. It's okay to be wrong. You're going to be wrong tomorrow too. And so will I at some point. This is more than your ego right now. Wake up. We all have our differences. Differences in ideology, differences of opinion. But most of us, I truly believe, desire the same goal. Even though we feel like there are different ways to achieve that goal. But there is one thing for certain. These goals will not be achieved if we do not acknowledge the enemies who are in front of us. Recognize when you have been conned. Don't fall victim like the people that Trump had promised real estate to in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when he got sued. Because he made all these lofty promises. All the investors that invested in him in his overseas properties. All the people who invested in his businesses that resulted in what? 8 bankruptcies? 8 failed businesses. Understand. This isn't a video to gloat. Whenever I'm having fun, I don't mind doing it in jest, but today is something different. Julian Assange needs you. Your country needs you. This democracy needs you to wake up and recognize that this man is not your friend. He doesn't sit with us. He looks down upon us. And it will be too late for you by the time you realize that if you don't wake up now. Literally the people, here's what's even more interesting. It isn't like Trump did anything different. Which is why we're seeing a lot of the same things that we complained about Hillary. This administration almost mirrors and is almost identical to what Hillary Clinton was going to put into her administration. John Bolton and Jim Mattis, for those of you who despise Obama, Mattis was a part of the Obama legacy. You are aware of this, right? Proudly so. You all say that Bush because a lot of people who love Trump despise Bush and that establishment family. John Bolton, that's how he made his name. Through Bush. Like, come on, people. It's right in front of us. It's right in front of you. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Yeah, free Assange. And I hope you keep your head up. We saw the thumbs up. I saw the thumbs up, by the way. And it's crazy to me because even as this man is about to go through hell, and he knows it, he still keeps his spirits alive. Can we please make sure that this is the one martyr who doesn't have to die for our country to wake up and begin to fight? Thanks for watching that segment of Mika Says Sukasa. Don't forget to join us on Roku and catch our Roku exclusives. Also, help us reach our goal of 500 patrons on Patreon. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and JustNForm.com. But more than anything else, always remember, find your balance. Peace.